Good morning, everyone. Rector Arundel here from Abel Spirited Me, and I am Abel. Soham, Hansaha, Swāhā. Namaste, everyone. Good morning. I bow down to you. So today's video is a little different than what I've been posting the last few days. Anyone who is watching my channel regularly, you'll recognize that I've been interviewing Jason. And I would like to point out that I met him on Facebook, and he was having an interesting conversation with someone who was very atheistic. And he mentioned, not the atheistic person, but Jason mentioned the book sealed with 7 seals, and how it allows you to interpret the Bible in a much more understandable and satisfying way. And I want to point out that I don't know what Jason's going to say during the sessions. We did not go over the content whatsoever beforehand, and I like to do that. I don't like to be prepared for everything. Some things are best as a surprise. In fact, most things. Think about the worst day you had at work. If you knew you were going to have a bad day, you wouldn't have gone to work. But because you went to work, think of it like this. You either learned something, you grew some way, or you went through karma. So you're getting rid of your karmic debt. Look at it any way you want. And I'm not trying to say that these sessions are bad. The opposite. They're great. But I don't know what to expect. So I don't want you guys to think that everything he says I agree with 100%. I do think that the concepts are amazingly interesting. And I can't agree or disagree until we get to the very end and I hear the final conclusion, everything. And I just want to point out that you need to be open-minded in order to grow. If you are refusing to see anyone else's perspective, you will not change. And I'm all about change. I want to change for the better. I want to grow. And the only way to know if you're going to change is, well, you are going to change, but the only way to know if you're changing positively is to listen to every possible perspective you can find. So I read all kinds of literature about different perspectives. I read Buddhist literature. I read stillness literature like Eckhart Tolle. I read Kundalini. I read all kinds of things, different types of meditation, different types of energy practices, Tai Chi, Qigong, everything I could find. And if it resonates inside, that is synchronicity, and that is telling me that I should research it and hear all about it and then grow from there. You're building a web of connections, not only metaphorically speaking, but in your brain as well. Every single thing you learn, you're creating new neurons and making connections. So the more you learn different perspectives, the broader your foundation to grow from, and you can make these high level connections that really just kind of the light bulb moment happens automatically, ding, and you are able to come to these amazing conclusions that were beyond you before. I was watching an interview last night on YouTube, and this guy was saying, his imagination was limited by his own observations. And it might sound like a small concept, but you cannot dream about anything that you haven't thought about or experienced somewhat in the past or seen, because everything else would be so beyond your ability to comprehend that you don't even understand what's going on. And maybe that is what most of your dreaming is. Maybe if you are in another world like lucid dreaming or astral projecting, and you're experiencing something that's beyond your ability to comprehend, maybe that's why you wake up without any memory of it. It's a lot of maybes there. I wanted to point out one thing. I've been doing the subconscious reprogramming every night, and I also re-recorded it and made it louder during the day, conscious reprogramming. And it's really not conscious reprogramming, but there's a real truth about affirmations. When you repeat affirmations over and over and over and over, that is the second way to reprogram your subconscious. So the first way is to be in a theta brain state listening to affirmations. So it's happening without your conscious awareness. And the second way is to be repeating these things consciously to the point that it starts to sink into your subconscious, kind of like a habit. They say it takes about 30 days, give or take, to create a new habit in your life. So if you start working out every day, the first few days might be exciting, but then it gets old, it becomes difficult, you have less motivation, but you keep it up every single day. And then by the time a month comes around, It's no longer a chore. It's more of part of your lifestyle as a habit. So where am I getting? I'm getting that the fact that the subconscious reprogramming may be working, but I'm also doing conscious reprogramming as well to help set into the subconscious while I'm awake. But the point of this video is that something very interesting happened recently. I posted on Facebook that I woke up one day feeling very different. And when you feel different, you have to understand it's all about perception. You have your five senses, but you also have other senses as well. According to the Hindu way of looking at things, your mind is your sixth sense. And my book talks all about tapping into your higher levels of your chakras in order to interpret and receive information from the other side. But when I woke up that day, everything looked new. Everything looked different, almost like I was in a different dimension or a different timeline. I'm trying to think of the Mandela effect. Yeah, it feels kind of like the Mandela effect where we were on a trajectory that changed dramatically. And I find it interesting that it corresponds with the world events as well. You know, are we in this paradigm shift? I don't know. But I know that I feel different. I also know that I am just kind of happier all the time right now. It's the middle of winter. This is normally when I'm most depressed. You know, it's cold, it's wet. I have to go to work out and that. But I'm happy, and it's a welcome change. But I also wanted to point out that things have been happening in my life, like manifestation. Anything that I visualize clearly in my head kind of manifests itself very, very quickly. And when I say quickly, I mean like 2 weeks later. My new ceiling, for example, I'm very happy with my new ceiling. I visualized it. I just thought, I wonder what that would look like. And I thought about it for a couple of days, and I was compelled to make it happen. And it did. It's done. Awesome. It was easier than I expected. You know, it wasn't a chore. It wasn't a task. It was fun, and it just happened. So I'm wondering if the subconscious reprogramming, something that I said in the reprogramming, is actually purifying my chakras and making my my energy stream flow better and purer, so that my manifestations happen like they're supposed to. Because that is part of energy work, clearing out your nadis, your chakra system, and increasing your ability to manifest. So it's pretty neat. I'm also getting a lot of synchronicities right now. You know, I'm into numerology. I know a lot of you guys think that's crazy, but if you were seeing numerology as much as I was, I think you should say as much as I were, and putting the connections together, you would find that it's not random. It's really, really not. I even have certain numbers that correspond specifically to my higher guidance. I asked my higher guidance in a meditation, a guided meditation, to make it more obvious when I was receiving messages from the higher guidance specifically. And instantly, these certain numbers popped in my head. So now I know whenever I see these certain numbers, I know it's a message directly from my higher guidance, which is really cool. So what I'm trying to say is that I think the subconscious reprogramming is actually working. I think it's allowing me to be happier, to have energy flow, and to manifest things quickly. Right now I'm doing a test with someone that I know. I'm trying to help this person by visualizing this person in an ideal life where this person is happy, helping others, not being taken advantage of, and living the best ideal lifestyle. So it's an interesting experiment, and I'm just lopping it into my nightly visualizations before I go to bed. So more to come on how things are working out. But I just want you guys to tell me if there's anything that you want help with. I really think that I'm connected kind of closely to the spiritual realm right now, and that things that I manifest are kind of happening. Does that mean that we're all shifting to the fifth dimension? Maybe. I don't know. All I know is that life is fun right now, and it's easy. It's so easy. I can't explain it. Things are happening by themselves. I am just going to work, having no stress, just living life, just coming home, eating what I want, drinking what I want, doing all the things that I want to do, and everything's happening fine. You guys know I have very high goals, so when those goals start to happen, I expect a lot of things to continue to change. that correspond with my subconscious reprogramming. But for right now, life is just enjoyable. And I hope you guys can say that too. I hope you guys can wake up and say that you're enjoying life. I think I'm about out of topics on this particular video. I just wanted to point out that something strange is happening, and it started happening like around January 17th, and it's continuing now. So I think a lot of great things are to come, and I hope you guys can join me in manifesting some really wonderful positive changes in your life and those all around you. Let's make this place as peaceful, happy, abundant as possible. All right, you guys, that's all for now. Be well. Have a wonderful day. You know I will. Thank you.